Hey people, it's Niyas talking. So this is another Black Heroes video. So this is Major Taylor and I'm reading from biography.com. Cyclist Major Taylor was the second black athlete to hold a world championship in any sport. Who was Major Taylor? Cyclist Marshall Walter Major Taylor, that's a mouthful, began racing professionally when he was 18 years old. By 1900, Taylor held several major world records and competed in events around the globe. After 14 years of grueling competition and fending off intense racism, he retired at age 32. He died penniless in Chicago on June 21st, 1932. Marshall Walter Major Taylor was born November 26, 1878 in Indianapolis, Indiana. In the early years of his life, Taylor was raised without much money. His father, a farmer and Civil War veteran, worked as a carriage driver for a wealthy white family. Taylor often joined his dad at work and became close to his father's employer, especially their son, who was similar in age. Eventually, Taylor moved in with the family, a radical change that gave the young boy a more stable home situation with opportunities for a better education. Taylor was essentially treated as one of the family's own, and one of the early gifts to him was a new bike. Taylor took to it immediately, teaching himself bike tricks that he showed off to his friends. When Taylor's antics caught the attention of a local bike shop owner, he was hired to exhibit his tricks outside the shops to attract more customers. Often he donned a military uniform, which earned him the nickname Major from the shop's clientele. The nickname remained with him for the rest of his racing career. With the encouragement of the bike shop owner, Taylor entered his first bike race when he was in his early teens, a 10-mile event that he won easily. By the age of 18, Taylor had relocated to Worcester, Massachusetts, and started racing professionally. In his first competition, an exhausting 6-day ride at Madison Square Garden in New York City, Taylor finished 8th. From there, he pedaled into history. By 1898, Taylor had captured several world records. A year later, he was crowned national and international champion, and making him just the second black world champion athlete after bantamweight boxer George Dixon. He collected medals and prize money in races around the world, including Australia, Europe, and all over North America. As his successes mounted, however, Taylor had to fend off racial insults and attacks from fellow cyclists and cycling fans. Though black athletes were more accepted and had less overt racism to contend with in Europe, Taylor was barred from racing in the American South. Many competitors hassled and bumped him on the track, and crowds often threw things at him while he was riding. During one event in Boston, a cyclist named W.E. Becker pushed Taylor off his bike and choked him until police intervened, leaving Taylor unconscious for 15 minutes. Damn! The phrase black excellence truly is an understatement. The things they had to go through to simply compete is astronomical. My hat's off to Mr. Taylor. He really pushed himself to his limits. Exhausted by his grueling racing schedule and the racism that followed him, Taylor retired from cycling at age 32. Despite the obstacles, he had become one of the wealthiest athletes, black or white, of his time. And although 32 is kind of the standard by which athletes retire, I think it's sad that the racism had pressured him to stop. I think if he had simply not been harassed by that, he could have gone on maybe till his mid to late, even maybe his 40s if he kept up his fitness. Who knows? And being even more successful. But that wasn't to be. Later years and death. Sadly, Taylor found his post-racing life to be more difficult. Business ventures failed, and he wound up losing much of his earnings. He also became estranged from his wife and daughter. Taylor moved to Chicago in 1930 and boarded at a local YMCA as he tried to sell copies of his self-published autobiography, The Fastest Bicycle Rider in the World. He died penniless in the charity ward of a Chicago hospital on June 21st, 1932. Buried in the welfare section of Mount Glenwood Cemetery in Cook County, Illinois, Taylor's body was exhumed in 1948 through the efforts of a group of former pro racers and Schwinn Bicycle Company owner Frank Schwinn, and moved to a more prominent area of the cemetery. Well, despite his sad end, he lived a great life and did many achievements, and hopefully he will be remembered and his legacy will continue. Let's hope that more black children will look at him and try to be more, to have black excellence, to continue in sport, to continue in whatever they want to do, whether that's science, technology, engineering, mechanics, or any other field, and they push past all those who believe that they can't do it and show everybody that they are the best in their field. So anyway, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. If you want to support this channel, I'll leave my Cash App. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll leave that there as well. If you want to buy one of my t-shirts, I'll leave that there as well. And I'm going to try and put more sources that I can find into the description. Thank you. And I'm now an affiliate with Champ Boxes. I'll leave that in the pinned comment, and I'll leave my backup channel in the pinned comment. Peace.